been trying to make this video all day and I just can't make it. It's about JT and the Liberals and this recent by-election. I had a conversation yesterday with another content creator, I won't mention his name so you don't flood his inbox with hate mail, about whether this hate for the Liberals and JT is justified or not justified. It's justified, and I'm going to show you. First off, just so you have an idea of how bad things are globally, Ireland's housing crisis is so grave that employers are getting into the landlord business and buying property for their staff. I have been saying this for months now. The problem is wages. What have we been doing? We've been suppressing wages. As everything gets more expensive, we're suppressing wages. It's so bad that in Ireland, the businesses have to buy property for their staff. The basics of slavery are to feed and house your slaves. If companies are now buying you food, we're there. We're there. Here in Canada, we've had a housing crisis for a long time, about 25 years now. And globally, because of pandemic assistance, the price of housing has gone up. Into that environment, the government of Canada decided it was a good idea to import a record number of people, to push down wages, to help corporations. Can you imagine? This is coming to Canada. You know this is coming to Canada. We have a high tax environment, okay? So this is provincial and federal taxes in Canada. This is state and federal taxes in the US. If you're making $300,000, the least expensive province is more expensive than the most expensive state. Why would you live in Canada? Why would you live in Canada and pay more tax when you can move to any state and pay less? And this is why the percentage of taxes are increasing. This is why there are more taxes. Because once you get to peak taxes, the more you increase tax, the less revenue you make. Now, people are seeing wage pressure, they're seeing higher unemployment, there's less tax revenue going to the government, so they have to increase the percentages. They have to increase the taxes. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. The only way to make things better is to cut taxes. But it's not just people, it's also businesses. Canadian businesses can get fucked. Right now, Canadian businesses are on the hook for $19.4 billion in outstanding sales tax. Why? Because of high levels of debt left over from COVID, including unpaid government loans, which were forgiven by the American government. Growing supply costs, inflation, less foot traffic because, well, it's a shit economy right now, and suppressed wage growth. So 64% of small and medium-sized businesses are citing cash flow problems. And these guys employ way more than the 3,000 people that Volkswagen is going to employ. And Volkswagen got $430,000 per employee per year for 10 years. These guys, fuck all. To recap, in a world where real estate is expensive and in short supply, we've imported a record number of people, decreasing the supply and increasing the cost. Also, we can help the corporations pay people less during an inflation problem. And if you're a company based in Canada, you can go fuck yourself because all of our money is going to go to foreign companies. And after all of that, the Liberal government will like to stick around for a few extra weeks so they can all get a lifelong pension for the fantastic job that they've done. Do you understand now why people voted Conservative?